Good day, everybody. Welcome to Dylarr's Twi'lek Tactics. This is going to be the first of my Challenge Rancor videos. Welcome, everybody. Alright, Challenge Rancor. This thing's no joke. To be honest, this is kind of the content that I've been looking forward to, something that's going to require a lot of coordination, and that's going to be the key to this raid is coordination by your officers running your raids. Now, you are going to need the teams too, but coordination is where guilds are going to shine or fail, because let's get into it here. I'll show you. It's this pit fighter. If you're not aware, and this is for all the phases, for every 25% that you take off of the boss gets 75% offense and speed stacking. So he gains 75% offense and speed at 80%, and then another at 60, another 40, another 20. So what they've done here is they've made it so that you have to coordinate with your guild and post damage at the same time. Oh, I suppose I should show you this screen. Here you go. Right here, Pit Fighter 2. So that's going to be the first hurdle that you have to overcome. The second is going to be teams. Alright, now, in order to coordinate, I'm going to show you guys what one of my guild members made. His name is FishinChip. So this is our tracking sheet. Let me see if I can blow that up for you a little bit more. And I'm going to put a link to a copy of this in the description if you guys want to just go in there, just copy and paste it into your own and make one and run it for yourself. So it's got conditional formatting, as you see here. It's got all 50 guild members broken up, 25 on this side, 25 on this side. Now, for P1, what we do is a couple of the officers are in voice chat. Everybody else has to communicate through Discord, which kind of sucks because you're going to be asking your members to hold damage and still communicate on Discord. So they're almost going to need two devices, another phone, a tablet, a computer, something that they can communicate with you to, because there is too much risk of going in not on airplane mode and then not being able to end at a point where you can hold damage, because you're going to, especially in P4, because you're going to be wanting to push about 3.5 to 4% or higher from every member and then hold it and then wait for communication to drop simultaneously. Because what you're going to be doing is you're going to be banking damage and then dropping the phase in the first go so that you can avoid the pit fighter mechanic altogether. So here's what we do. If you just want to take a look at what we did for P1. So everybody goes in and they post their scores that they're holding. As you see, 12%, 15%, 13%, and then over here, 13, 19, 14. So then what we do, as you can see down here, that's how much percentage of the phase we were holding for damage. So we were holding 157%. So then what we do is we kind of go from highest to lowest of percentages and letting people drop their damage. So 15% drop, 12% drop, 13% drop. As you see here, this guy was not supposed to drop, but he dropped, which put us over 100%. And right down here, we finally posted in that phase 111% damage. So then everyone else, unfortunately, had to back out. 13% had to back out. 11% had to back out. 10% had to back out. But then what we did, and as you see down here, so 12 people were attacking, but we only needed 7 people to drop the whole phase 1. Phase 1 is really easy. And then P2, what we did is we had everyone bank damage, and then we prioritized those with the highest damage that had not yet posted, because we want to get all of our guild members in on the raid. So as you see here, look at right here, AT driver, he's a beast. He posted 22% in P2, but he was told to back out because other people could have posted and got damage. You got to spread the love here, guys, because everybody wants that Relic 8 material. And we did the same thing. Everyone went in. We had banked 132% damage, but we only posted 109%. As you see here, one person dropped 2% when they weren't supposed to. Here's another 3.2%. Here's somebody that used Rose's second ability, and that's also key in P2. The first time you go against the Rancor itself, you have to send in a unit to get sacrificed. That unit should be, it could be Rose. Rose is nice because you can use Rose's second ability, which posts no damage, and then she'll immediately get eaten. Plus, it is so satisfying to see Rose get eaten. So this spreadsheet really works nice for us. As you see, we banked 131% damage. We dropped 109. Some of that was over damage. P3, everybody wanted it at P3. Look at that. We banked 174% damage, dropped 106. P4 though is when the rubber meets the road, guys, because P4 is a different beast. So what we did is we had 30 members on, and it took all 30 to drop this phase at just 100% damage. And that's basically dependent on the teams. We'll go over the teams here next. Okay. Not that one. Here we go. Look at this. Your boy Dylarr got 3rd last raid. So that spreadsheet, ladies and gentlemen, I will post the link to that spreadsheet in the description. Go ahead, take it, use it in your guilds. All the conditional formatting's there. Just copy it, paste it, put in your own guild members' names, and away you go. It'll really help to coordinate. But what you do is, like, so me and a couple other officers were in voice chat. Everyone else was in Discord. In Discord, they would post what damage they were holding, and they would just sit there and wait until we had enough damage banked. So the officers were watching Discord, watching people's percentages being held, plugging it into the spreadsheet, and then we were able to coordinate after we had 100%. Drop, done. Even in phase 4, we just dropped it all, and we skipped the pit fighter mechanic altogether. Now, teams. This is early on, guys. This is an early video. More teams are going to come to the forefront. But this is kind of what you're going to want to do. Not that. Don't look at my offense. Okay, raids. Now, for each of these teams, I'm going to have links in the description to the videos. And it's all going to be smaller content creators. And we're going to give them a shout out. So the teams that I like to use, and I feel this is kind of the most efficient way to go about it, is your big heavy hitters are going to be Rey. It's going to be SLKR. And it's going to be this Luke team right here. I know everyone can use Jawas in P1, and that's fine. But this team right here, without Jawas, can get 20% in P1. I easily got 15% in P2 this last raid, and it can do well across all the other phases. P1, P2, P3, not P4 so much. P4, we're going to go over how we like to do P4. And then these are the two, I call them flex teams. So Padme for P1 or Darth Vader for P2. Now, say you don't have this raid team. Okay, well then use Padme in P1. If you don't have SLKR, use Vader in P2 or P3. Vader can get this lineup, unfortunately. If you put Watt in here instead of Piet, this lineup can get 10% in P2. But ideally, you're not going to need all these teams. Rey, great in P1, can get 20%. Great in P2 can get another 20%. SLKR can get up to 30%. But if you want to just say run Rey in P1 for 5%, more likely 3.5. I think the video I'm going to show you has 3.5. You can run Padme for P1. You can run Rey for P2 or P3. You can run Kylo for P2 or P3. If you don't have Zombie and Daka, maybe you want to move Watt up here for Piet, and then you can get 10% with Vader in P2 or P3. Basically, these are the teams. You can just mix and match them however you can to get the most damage. There's a lot of other teams that can probably get 2% damage, but these are the heavy hitters. And then once you get into P4, if you've used those teams in P3, this team right here, Jedi Knight Luke lead, Jedi Master Luke gas, Jedi Knight Revan, Shock T, you can easily get 3.5% or higher. I think the best we did was 4%. So 3.5%, 4%. So if you have 30 members in your guild that can all bank 30% or 3.5%, sorry, you can just drop P4. Save this team for P4. One thing to note is if the Rancor focuses on Jedi Knight Revan and kills him first, just back out and try again. Ideally, you want the Rancor to do all its hits on Jedi Master Luke because he can take the punches. Have your Shock T faster then your Revan, so that she can cleanse everybody, so that everyone is nice and healthy when Revan has its mark. Basically, what you're doing here is with Jedi Master Luke, you're calling the Heroes Arise ability. You're going to call everyone to assist. Rancor is going to do its thing. Shakti's going to cleanse everybody. Revan's going to mark. You're all going to mass assist. Gas is going to go. He's going to do his 2 hits. And then your Luke, you actually want to use his stun ability. His stun ability does damage. I think it's 3 times against raid bosses. And then you're basically going to die. But you should be able to get a couple more hot hits off. This is just a really burst team. Just burst that damage down in P4. Get 3.5%. Get 4%. And then hold the damage and then post it once your officers get called. Now, the person that I'm going to link in the description for this Padme team, shout out to Mike Sierra. I'm going to be showing his video. It's not a walkthrough video, so just watch it to get a sense of how it goes. And also, I want to stress that you guys are going to have to remod for this if you want the maximum damage. This Rey team is an extensive remod. We'll just show you here how extensive it is. Nope, that's not what I want to show you. Alright, well, don't learn the buttons, Dylarr. Loadouts. Okay, so here's all my mod loadouts. Now, this should just be pit raid teams because I've gotten everybody on here. So all these loadouts are people I'm stealing mods from. And then down here at the bottom, you see C-3PO pit, Fives pit, Hermit Yoda pit, Rey pit, Rex pit, Rey pit. And then it's kind of the same for that Vader team. Watt, he's in here. I usually give, I think I give Watt one of these loadouts. These are basically speed loadouts. Yeah, so you're going to want to build these loadouts because it is extensive to remod your tunes for maximum damage. And then you want to be able to quickly put all your mods back for the other phases. So, I guess 1, coordination. Use that spreadsheet. Have some officers, drop damage, clear the phase. 2, teams. Build out some teams. Again, show you these teams. And there's going to be more. They're going to come to the fray. But right now, these teams do really, really well. P4, if you're going to Zerg, CLS is going to get a couple damage. And then, say like this team, if you can get Django up to R5, put him with some Separatists, and he can get a couple hits in just through the damage immunity. Otherwise, you're going to post a lot of zeros if you get down under the 20% mark. So if you can, drop it all in one go. So yeah, Padme. The link in the description is going to be from a guy named Mike Sierra. I think I might have guilded with him at one point. The raid team I'm going to be posting is a 20% run. It's by Blubs, Star Wars Galaxy Hero. Shout out to you, Blubs. Blubs actually has a really extensive walkthrough of modding and strategy. And just screwing up on the strategy a little bit can cost you about 5%. Namely, you're going to be lifeblooding only with Rey, pretty much over to 5s, but you're going to want to switch the lifeblood over to Rex right before he does aerial advantage in order to get more damage. In fact, I'm just going to throw on Blubs' video in the background. Make sure we turn the sound off. You guys can watch this while I'm rambling on. So there you go. That's a 22% run. So Rey, shout out to you, Blubs. The Darth Vader team is a 10% run by Volker, Texas Ranger. Shout out to him. The SLKR run, I do believe I posted, was a 30% run by DV. He's got no subscribers. You guys should give a like and subscribe to these guys. Tell them Dylarr sent them your way. There are also other videos out there. I know Bulldog's got a bunch of videos, but I'm just giving you guys some just straight watch it. Watch the moves. Get her done. The Jedi Knight Luke team is by a YouTuber named Steel. A couple subscribers. Basically, it's a 3.5, I think 4% run with Jedi Knight Luke in P4. The SLKR run is a 30% run in P2 or P3. The Darth Vader run is a 10% run in P2. And the Rey run is 22%, I do believe he got in P1. But you can use the Rey team and get almost 20% also in P2 or 3. So really, for this, if you're serious about this raid, you only need 4 or 5 teams and then some Zerg teams. The caveat is everyone's got to be at R5. use the spreadsheet, coordinate, which is going to be tough, especially if you're an international guild with players scattered all over the place, because you need, really only you need 10 people per phase, P1, P2, P3, but P4, if you're following this strat, using those teams across P1, 2, and 3, you're going to need a lot of people to show up for P4. Eventually, I think once you guys kind of get down, you're going to be able to set a timer and open P1. Everyone can, like, say, send in a Padme team, drop P1. And then P2 opens, everyone can use a Rey team, get 20% damage, drop P2. P3, open it up. Everyone can send in SLKR Daka, get as much damage they want, drop P3. And then P4, everyone can go in, drop, use their Jedi Master Lukes, Jedi Knight Lukes, get 3.5%, 4% damage, and drop it. Eventually, you're gonna be able to set it up like that, where you can do the run in an hour, each phase in 15-minute increments. Everyone can post if everyone has the teams, and then everyone can get damage, and then it's just like a good old competition who can score the highest. But right now, you guys may want to follow like the strat we did. Only use enough teams that you need to drop the phase, and then you'll have more teams left over at the end in P4 if you need them. Now, I don't know what Rey and SLKR can get you in P4. It's not much. It's not like P1, 2, and 3. So keep that in mind. What we found in our guild that we like to use the best is the Jedi Master Luke team. So I'm sorry if you guys in lower GP guilds, if you don't have these 3 Galactic Legends, it's going to be rough, guys. I'm sorry it is. If you're in those guilds and you have those Galactic Legends and you're struggling and you want to move up, I'll give a shout out to Boba's Alliance. We've got a few high-end guilds that can do it. Get her done, guys. All right. That's it. I'm not going to go over each team, the strategy in each team. Eventually, I will try to make some videos highlighting my runs. I like to use my runs to give you guys my data, my experience. I don't really like to use other people's runs for the sake of getting just videos out there really quick. I like to do it all myself to show you that I can do it, and then that way I have a better understanding of the moves. All right, guys, we're going to wrap it up right there. If you have any questions, please comment below. Otherwise, feel free, take the spreadsheet. Shout out to FishinChip for coming up with it. It's been essential in our completion of the raid. And if you guys know any better teams, but remember, you need different units per phase, let me know. All right, guys? Okay. Cheers, guys. Enjoy your weekend. Later.